All countries are in debt. The United States has a huge debt of more than $38 trillion. Europe is not spared either, because it also owes thousands of billions. Japan, too. Even countries with great economic wealth like Germany, China, or Saudi Arabia also owe a lot of money. And then a question naturally comes to mind. If everyone owes money, who do we owe it to? The answer is easier than we think. In most cases, we owe it to ourselves. This system is so big that everyone lends to everyone. To understand how this system appeared, we have to go back to the year 1694. England, being at war, no longer had any economic resources. The leaders asked the merchants to lend them money in exchange for interest paid through future taxes. To manage it, they created the Bank of England. This is where the idea of the government bond appeared, a document that says, the government owes you money. Since then, all countries have done the same. Borrowing has become common. It's even a sign that the country is trusted. If you can borrow easily, it means the markets trust you. Today, when we say that a country is in debt, it mainly means that its citizens, its banks, or its pension funds hold government bonds. To take the example of the USA, most of the American debt is held by Americans, banks, insurance companies, pension funds, and the central bank. Sure, part of it is held by foreign countries, but much less than we think. And this system works in all directions. Japan buys U.S. bonds. The United States lends to other countries through the IMF. Europe lends to developing countries. And these countries, when they have some savings, invested in U.S. or EU bonds. In short, everyone lends money to everyone, sometimes without really noticing. Financial markets have a huge importance in all this. They are the ones who decide whether a country can borrow easily or if it will have to pay more to reassure investors. When confidence drops, it can become very hard, as we saw in Greece, Argentina, and Sri Lanka. In moments like these, creditors become visible, the IMF, the banks, private funds, and populations feel the consequences quickly. It is also important to understand something. Governments are not trying to pay off their debts like a private person would repay a loan. They prefer to borrow again to repay the old loan. This system is based on confidence. As long as people continue to buy bonds, everything goes well. It is neither a scam nor a hidden secret. It's simply how the modern economy works. Government bonds are useful to countries because they serve as guarantees for banks, they fill retirement funds, and central banks use them to manage the currency. If a country decided to repay all its debt at once, it would create a huge hole in the financial system. The markets would probably collapse. So the goal is not to pay off all the debt, but rather to manage it in a stable way and remain credible. The biggest difficulty is that the interest paid does not go to everyone equally. It mostly goes to those who have a lot of money to invest, which increases inequalities. Debt circulates between countries and also between the rich and the less rich. To conclude, public debt is mostly a question of confidence. As long as people believe in it, it works. When confidence disappears, problems begin. Debt is a tool, and like any tool, you have to know how to use it properly.